It's Wednesday, new comic book day. You know what that means?
Let's look at old comics.
Wait, how old of comic books are we talking about here? Like, at least a couple weeks.
So we start today with Ronald Wimberly's Prince of Cats. It's a 2016 remake of a book that came out in 2012. From what I understand, this is the 2016 version. It is the story of Romeo and Juliet told from the point of view of Tybalt, based in the 1980s. Black cast. Pink is really cool. I first was exposed to Ronald Wimberly through that issue of Lucifer, and since then it's been like the name is kind of stuck in my mind. Use of color in this is really cool. The artwork's really awesome. It's got kind of a bit of a Peter Chung vibe from Aeon Flux. It's the first time I'm looking through this. I'm really liking it so far. Love the use of the color. It's great. I'm curious to see the 2012 version, see how it's different from the 2016 version. Is it maybe the colors, or is there any panels that are redone? I had to get this after I got a couple issues of She-Hulk that he did. That are really cool. Some fill-ins for the Charles Soule run. This stuff. Well, this perspective stuff is neato. I mean, I've done some weird perspective stuff in my book, but this makes me want to just step my game up. This is not just a fisheye kind of view, just like a fisheye world. Look at this. Man, I don't understand why he's not drawing everything. He must be busy doing other things, but again, colors. More unique perspective. Even the couch looks like the couch is going that way. She walks over there. This is a cool page. Let's just stop on this one for a second. Wow, that's a lot of fun. It's great. Kind of the color. It's kind of jumping around a little bit. Maybe we've got like more of a greenish blue here and then a lighter green here. It's weird. But yeah, that's Ron Wimberly. Very cool. Very cool. Next, this is one of the few, if not the only, manga that the artist Katsuya Terada has done, called The Monkey King. It's 2 volumes, I just have the one. It's kind of hard to track down. But it's a retelling of A Journey into the West with a monkey called Goku. That sounds familiar. They did a Dragon Ball is a similar telling of Journey to the West. Originally, I believe this was printed in a magazine in Japan called Ultra Jump, which is a adult version of Shonen Jump. There's a lot of cool artwork in here. I mean, I don't know what your opinion of him as a sequential storyteller is, but can't knock the character art, can't knock the art itself. Yeah, that's the Monkey King. If you could track it down. It's not easy. Alright. Copy. That's cool. Yeah, it's another artist where you just wish that they were doing everything. You know, they were drawing everything instead of just the few things like Wimberly's. Got Prince of Cats, Hulk, and a couple issues of Dead Man, and the Lucifer issue he did, but not much more. Here's something kind of cool. A Verotic series, Glenn Danzig's comic book label. Sunglasses After Dark. It's a adaptation of Nancy Collins's like vampire fiction. It doesn't take much for me to say vampires, and I'm like, oh, vampires.
Vampires? A word?
I haven't looked at these yet. I just kind of couldn't get issue 1, but I got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm still looking out for 1. There was a trilogy of books, and I believe they were published by White Wolf as part of their like Vampire Masquerade fiction. And I think the 4th book actually was like officially tied into World of Darkness. The 4th book I remember was called Dozen Black Roses. Nancy Collins, she also wrote for Swamp Thing, I believe. But this Sonya Blue vampire character is kind of what she's kind of known for. It's weird artwork. Stan Shaw. Got these pretty cheap, just a couple bucks a piece. Definitely atypical artwork. The Sonya Blue character, she's a vampire who didn't die. She got turned into a vampire but didn't die, so she hunts other vampires. Don't really remember much about the books but that. It's pretty neat. This is a cool cover. This is Jason Pearson, that's what I thought. Jason Pearson, who did Body Bags. This is his work here. On the cover. Stan Shaw artwork again on the inside. Interiors. Can't say I'm too crazy about the way he draws Sonya Blue. Very jaw. Very masculine jaw. That's cool. Very 90s. Very 90s. This is something I found. I've been tracking down all of... so this is a Jim Steranko cover, but what's kind of neat in this book is Rafael Grampa, who, if you recognize the name, he recently did the Dark Knight Returns Golden Child book with Frank Miller. And he does a story in here called Into the Circle. Where to find that? Look at it. Here we go. I like the way he draws Batman. I like all the texture stuff he draws on the costume. The wrinkles, folds. This is Joker. Very scary. Very unique interpretation of the Joker. Like he's got teeth painted on the outside of his mouth, and then teeth inside his mouth. Got Batman here, like all these folds. It makes it look really crunchy. I don't know. It's a lot to kind of visually sink your teeth into. White lines on the black, that is awesome. That's cool. Interesting interpretation of the bat symbol. But yeah, it's just a quick couple stories. It's crazy about his artwork. So I've been tracking it all down that I could find. Mesmo Delivery, bunch of variant covers he did. He's another one, like Ron Wimberly, like Katsuya Terada, where you're just like, why isn't there more comic books by these guys? Finally, we've got the Metabarons box set. Finally in action. Always wanted to get into European comics. It's kind of difficult. I mean, what we know of here is Jodorowsky. You know, we've got his humanoid stuff. We've got his stuff he did with Mobius, the Inkle, and stuff of the like. This is This is a 1,500 copy run of this special edition. This one is number 218. But it's done in the big European size. Artwork is by Juan Jimenez. I believe he's an Argentinian artist. So it's weird, even Argentina. And is in on the Euro Comics thing, but we're not here in America. It's so difficult to track it down. I mean, if anyone in the comments wants to turn me on to some cool Euro comics, let me know. I mean, I've got, it's basically the humanoid stuff and Sky Doll is all I'm really aware of. But, you know, I'm open to reading like this dark stuff. Looking forward to reading this. 2 volumes of huge, thick paper. Oh, that's neat. It's got a cloth bookmark, of course. Always a nice touch. It's kind of weird, it's off-white. Second volume in here. This one also numbered. Nope, just the first book is numbered. It says volumes 5 through 8. Cover gallery. The first thing I ever saw of Metabarons was this cover gallery, was these covers that have the different Metabarons. Yeah, but that's what I'm reading this week. Until next time.
Tonight's program has been brought to you by